everybody, this is Steve. Welcome to Going Gear. Today we are talking about the Acebeam X80. If I can get it in frame. Where is it? Okay, there it is. The Acebeam X80, and I think you're going to love it. I love this light. It is just a heck of a lot of fun. It has so many cool features, and it's not a spotlight. It is a floodlight, but it is bright. It has a lot going for it, and we're going to get into it right now. So let's check it out. All right, so first of all, the magnetic snaps that I love so much. And here's what we got. We got a warranty card. We've got a warning card. And this might be important because there is a lot of power flowing through this thing. It has 4 batteries, 4 rechargeable batteries in there, and they are all very, very powerful. So make sure you read your warning card. All right. So we've got our manual, and we will definitely be coming back to that in a minute. I'm going to move these out of the way. And then we have a few little accessory pieces. These are for securing a lanyard, and also we have a couple of extra O-rings in there. I'm not going to open this up because I want to keep maintain the integrity of those O-rings. This is a submersible flashlight, and I forget how far down you can go with it. We'll get to that when we come to the manual, but you can replace those O-rings so that it stays able to be submerged, I guess, and keeps the dust out and stuff. But anyway, so that's pretty much it's all in the box, except for a couple of little desiccant packs. I'll set this over here. But this thing is big. It's pretty substantial. Seems like it's about the size of a Coke can, like a small, just slightly smaller than a Coke can. But nice little holster here. It's fairly substantial weight. I wouldn't say it's heavy, but it is substantial. It's got your choice here of the typical put it on when you've already got the belt on, or run the belt through if you like. The D-ring, pretty standard, but a good size, and pretty good size flashlight to put in a holster. So this is the light itself, and again, this inside almost feels like almost like a felt. I don't think it is felt, but something nice and soft for your flashlight right there. All right, so it's got a nice little sticker on it to keep the lens fresh. Set that out of the way. And here it is, the Acebeam X80. Let's see if we make sure we're getting that in focus. And look at all of those. Wow. Now there's a lot going on in there. Number one, we have all of these LEDs that are just throwing out a ton of light. But I don't know if you can see in there, there's also some other choices. We have red and blue and green LEDs, as well as right in the very middle, there is an ultraviolet LED. And that's pretty fun to play with. And I'll get some shots of that in a little bit. But one heck of a light. And I'm going to set this aside for a second, let you see that it's still there. But there is so much info to cover in this thing. And what I want to point out that I think is really, really helpful is that Acebeam included a chart that shows you where you're going to go when you operate this button. So obviously you can do single clicks to get you, in and out. But there's also double clicks and triple clicks, and there's long presses, which will get you, one long press will get you into low mode. And then from wherever you are, you do a double click, and that puts you into turbo mode for maximum light. But this one is right here, is one of my favorites right here. This has the color mode, and that has the red, the green, the blue, and the ultraviolet. And once you're in color mode, then you can just click around through those. And in fact, so each of these boxes is a different mode. And one of my favorites that you'll see over here is the police mode. And also the SOS is actually in red. So if you needed a light to put for safety, let's say you are a trucker or you work security or something like that, this might be an excellent choice. And we'll go outside and I'll show you that police light as well as all of the different color modes and the turbo mode and the moon mode, etc. But really, this is really amazing. And I'm not going to go through all of the things, but once you start to, just use it for 5 minutes, you get the feel for it, and then it looks way more complicated than it is. But once you just follow this chart around a little bit, then you're like, oh, okay, I get it. So don't let that intimidate you. It's actually pretty awesome. But let's talk about some of those modes real quick. So just checking my focus real quick. So if you are running in Moo mode, you're only at 80 lumens, which is still pretty respectable. And that's going to last for 52 hours. And I just love that because of normal use. What I'm going to do, if I'm going to pick up a flashlight, I'm almost always going to be in moon mode or low mode. And so recharging all the time is not really necessary. But if you're going to use it in a higher mode, like turbo mode, or even turbo max, which is 25,000 lumens, by the way. But if you're going to use it in either one of those, it's not really going to last very long. And everybody knows that when you throw that much power around, your battery's going to get depleted pretty quick. So just keep that in mind. But the color modes, red, green, blue, UV, as well as your mid modes, you're getting quite a few hours out of that. Your low mode, you're getting about 8.5 hours. Your mid mode, you're getting about 3 hours. Even your high mode, you're getting about 20 minutes at 5,000 lumens and then another full hour at 4,000 lumens. So if you were just wandering around, camp, doing camp chores, that sort of thing, I would expect that probably low mode, which is still 800 lumens, is going to do you just fine. And if you're working and you need to use that turbo mode or even turbo max, chances are you're not going to need it for, more than a few moments at a time, or at least I hope not. Anyway, so maximum beam distance is about 332 meters, which is pretty darn good considering that this is a floodlight. This is not a thrower. All right, so I just want to run through some of the lights real quick. This is not meant to give you an idea of everything that this can do. I just want to show you how easy it is to operate. So what's hard to see is I press my finger one time or my thumb one time on the button, and that takes us to low mode. One more and I'm off. I press it back, we're on again, and then a half-second press and the light level goes up. You can already see I'm overwhelming my camera. I'm having to move this light way back. Another half-second press and we go up even again and back down. Whew, that's a lot of light. And notice the throw. It is really wide. It is not a spot. But let's go turbo for a second. Boom, boom. Yeah, burns out the camera. I'm actually shining the light away in the room, and I have my camera set at its most stopped down level. This is just throwing out so much light. It is ridiculous. Woo! All right, let's check out one of my favorite modes real quick. It is spectacular. I can light up a really good area, probably 30, 40, maybe as much as 50 feet with this set of red LEDs. They are really intense. There's green. There's blue. And here's one of my favorites, ultraviolet. Here's the back of a charger with the white. Look at that glowing. Isn't that amazing? Now for one of my favorite features, which is the police mode, which is part of the strobe mode section, I guess you'd call it. And that's a 3-second press. Isn't that cool? Man, I love that. That is really intense. Wow. All right, so there you have it, the Acebeam X80. This is just a fantastic amount of fun, this light. I don't know how else to describe it. Yes, it's a tool. Yes, it's some serious engineering, but damn, that is just awesome. I mean, we're going to do a field test, by the way, with, we're going to go out in the woods and show you what kind of throw this really has. But we wanted to get this out there right away because this is just a tremendous light, and I particularly love that police mode and the red mode, the green mode. I mean, there's a mode for everything. So definitely check it out at goinggear.com.